Welcome everybody, this is Sam Durbidge. I am the man. Okay, so let's go into the questions. For those that don't know me, my name is Sam Durbidge. I am an author, I am a writer, I am a peacemaker. I believe in your dreams as a reality instantly now. That is who I am. I am Sam the man. Okay, so I wanted to let you guys know that I care about you and I believe in your dreams. And so I've had questions about some things and I'm going to answer them right now. This section is about the information that I've shared all over YouTube, pretty much on every channel I could find, to let people know, and to channels that I care about, that I felt resonate with what I know is right for people to know. Because I believe we have the right to know what is going on. So, I'm going to tell you right now, what is going on is that we all have issues in our lives, and we all want our issues to go away. And some of the issues are being talked about all the time and being brought up, and people are putting so much focus on it and creation that it causes a lot of confusion and a lot of fear. And I always say in my book, don't fear, cheer. Get your hopes up. And I learned this from friends and other people that taught me, and it really changed my life to be able to be aware of what I need to do. So I'm going to tell you right now, get your hopes up. Believe in your dreams. Believe in others' dreams. Know that your dreams are a reality because you are awesome. So, the question I was given to some other questions that I haven't answered yet is, first off, what is my alien experience, or what is my extraterrestrial experience? What did I experience? Well, I did a video on my page a while back, on my book page on Facebook, about this. I have it written in my book, and I'm going to tell you roughly about it. And mostly, it was on the 27th of September of 2015. And my parents were gone, and I lived in their place before I moved into the place that I am now. And I was laying on a bed, and to kind of give you a visual, here's my hand here. Over to the left of me, so to you it would be the right of you, but to the left of me was a couch and stuff like there. To the right of me was a kitchenette table and a stove right there, and it was like basically a studio apartment style. And what was happening was I woke up at 5 a.m. and I heard some really loud wind moving and doors opening and closing upstairs, and no one was in the house. This is a 3-story house, but a medium, not a huge house, but a 3-decker type house, and 3 floors. So at the top floor, I could hear stuff going on where my parents' bedroom and other stuff would be, but they were out of town. And I think they came home later that day or that week. What happened was, I never believed in aliens or any extraterrestrial or monster or weird stuff like that. I am a spiritual person. I didn't believe in any of that weird stuff. And some people say, oh, it's the devil. Oh, it's this and that. Do you know what? It's not. It really isn't with this situation, because I knew the difference between an evil entity and something that was just neutral and weird looking that just made me laugh. So what happened was I was laying in my bed, and then I woke up and I couldn't go back to sleep. And so I went and got orange juice upstairs, put it in a black cup with a handle, and it was a plastic one. And I put it down and left it there and went back downstairs. And I'm like, because I heard some noises and I went up there, and I believe in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints at that time, and I still kind of respect the belief system, just to be honest. And so when I went up there, I was like, okay, I have the power of the priesthood. And so I used this power that people call the Melchizedek, which is a really powerful belief of a priesthood that is connected to the priesthood of Aaron, but Melchizedek was mentioned in the Bible as well. And the Book of Mormon talks about it as well. And Joseph Smith, of the church I belong to, taught us about that. Anyway, so I went upstairs, and I heard these weird noises, and I was scared to death. And I was like, okay, by the power of the Melchizedek priesthood, or by the power of the priesthood, go away, evil. And so I was scared to death about this. And so I was like, okay, something's weird going on up here. So I'm like, but I can't sleep. And now I can't even sleep more, even after drinking the orange juice. So I was like, okay, I could not sleep. Even if I tried to close my eyes, it wasn't happening. So I was like, okay. A week or two before, I watched Project Blue Book on Netflix. And I learned, and I don't agree with all the stories, and I think there's some of them are fabricated, but the information there was pretty similar to what I remember as a childhood remembering. So what happened with this was I felt something was there. I heard weird noises, and it sounded like bug-like noises. Really weird. And so I went down, and I laid on my bed, similar to this, but it was flat. It wasn't like this. And it was a king bed, not a queen. This one's a queen. And there's a reason for that, why I have a queen bed. It has to deal with manifestation. And I'll say that in another video. It's a technique I learned. Well, this story was pretty incredible, okay? This girl that asked me like what my experiences was, has seen similar things. So I'm responding to her. And what it is I saw something really strange. I laid down and I acted like I was asleep. I put covers over my eyes and I tried to tear duck my eyes, try to act like I was sleeping. And I'm a really good fake snorer. I faked a lot of fake snores in movie theaters and stuff all the time. Some of them were real though, but some of them were fake. And some people thought I was snoring for reals. I'm good at snoring. So I was like, and I did and so I don't care what you guys think. I just think it was hilarious. And so I was just doing this and laying down, glazing my eyes, and I had this big comforter, and I had a BPAP machine, which is similar to a CPAP for breathing, and it doesn't even work for me very well. It's anymore, but I have other methods that I try to use. That's why I have this inclined bed, to be honest. What's really cool is I realized, okay, if there is any entities or any weirdness going on, I'm gonna fake that I'm sleeping. So I glazed my eyes, acted like I was asleep, and that's not that hard. My eyes close really easily. So I acted like that I snored, and I tricked these entities or military, whatever it was, that was messing with me. And I didn't think that I'd see anything. But I figured I'd try and see. But before I prayed and I asked the Lord to protect me, just like I do whenever I do something that may be stupid. So I laid down and I was like, okay. And I had this over my eyes like this, and I was praying, and I was laying flat, and I was like, and it was a big comforter, different than this, similar to the color of this shirt actually. This shirt, maroon, it was the same comforter color. My mom still has that, I think, or my parents do. But anyway, I was going over it, and I was like, okay, I want to fake snore. And I looked at a mirror that was in a bathroom in the studio apartment, and it did a reflection over to where the stove and other things were. And then all of a sudden, I saw a reflection in the mirror of a brown, weird-looking creature that I've never seen in my life. And I saw a video on YouTube somewhere, and it's one of my saved videos in my alien information that you can check out. For those that are on my YouTube channel, you can look at the videos that I have, and it should be able to show you this. And if you don't see them, you subscribe, and then maybe you'll see them. And it's one where this alien comes down from a ship in an Asian country, I want to say. The best way to describe it for those that need detail like that. And it was interesting because it was very similar to what I saw. And I was like, but I tried looking at all these other videos, and I never really saw any of those, but I did see some later. But they all seem to follow the same pattern. Well, with this creature screamed like a bug noise that they talk about, how a big bug would sound in movies. And this creature was like really thin, armed, brown, but it was dark. My lights were off and everything because I was in bed, and the storm was brewing outside. And what was really entertaining was the fact that, and the reason why I look away is I'm thinking about it more, because it was really intense. But this creature freaked out when it saw me, so I know it's not a demon or devil because it was trying to be unseen, and I saw through it. Maybe it was a gift of the Creator. He let me see the unseen that others wouldn't be able to, or have chosen not to. And it doesn't mean that you wouldn't, but I would warn you if you try. Please don't do this at home, children and adults and people that are old children, adults. Anyway, don't do it. It's not really good. But if you want to, just precaution. It happened for me. And so they slipped, and it squealed, and it went, and I was like, what the? And I tried to grab my phone, and I couldn't. And then all of a sudden, I was like in status, like frozen, and couldn't move. They call it sleep paralysis, but never have had that before in my life. So I know that it wasn't a psychological thing. They were using technology that was making me frozen. So I was like, okay, what do I do? What do I do? So then, what happened? What really happened was I couldn't move, and then a whole bunch of them surrounded me. One was a big primantis-looking one, and other people had said this too. And I'm like, okay, I don't like to act and say what others have seen similar. I want to be honest to what I've seen, and that's what I saw, something similar. And they were telepathic. And as I was thinking, I'm like, oh no, they're going to make this seem like this is a dream I want to remember. And then as soon as I thought that, it was like they heard, and they made me fall asleep. And I woke up, and this happened around 5 to 5:30 a.m. in the morning on Sunday, the 27th of 2015. And what was interesting was it was 3 days after, well, maybe a little bit before, because I think it happened in April, when the Star of David showed up. And 2 years later, the Star of David disappeared again. The same biblical prophecy idea and all these connections. So it was interesting that I saw it around that time, 3 days after, and the 3-day idea. For those that understand religious texts, the 3 days has something, and it's important. And so what I saw and what I experienced was just strange. But it scared. It tripped in my kitchen. It tripped. But when I woke from this, 2 hours passed. 2 hours passed. And many people say that the 2 hours has significance. Anyway, so I'm going to sum this up. So it was really strange, but I saw the 3-dot black tar footprints that they had in that kitchen. And I saw other things all around. And I noticed that my phone was decharging. Yes, decharging. Not recharging, decharging. Anyway, I love you guys. I'm going to give you more of this video later on. I'll do another one really soon.